But tonight I would like to talk about a foundational principle in yoga. It is non-harming. It is foundational. The word for it in yoga is Ahimsa. It means not to harm anyone through one's actions, one's words, and even one's thoughts. That principle is Ahimsa, and it is foundational. Yoga is based on that principle of non-harming. Non-harming does not mean that one does not take care to maintain one's life, one's physical body, or to defend oneself. In the past, in the history of philosophy, there were some misinterpretations of the meaning of Ahimsa, which led to a lot of trouble for ordinary people, because they were told that they cannot plow the land, because by plowing the land they would kill the insects that live under the surface of the earth. So that would be against Ahimsa. But that is an interpretation that is contrary to the natural flow of life. Because life lives on life. In our garden in Anandalina, we see life lives on life. Our broccoli is growing and our kale is growing, and then the cabbage worm moth is coming and laying the eggs, and the larvae come and they eat our cabbage, and then we see wasps, and we see some crickets and other little animals. They come and eat the caterpillars, and then we see the frogs. They eat the little, grasshoppers. So life lives on life, and we human beings too live on life. Simply when we breathe, we destroy a lot of micro life forms. And when we produce food, as we do in Anandalina, we have to till the land, and many earthworms and so many insects will be killed in that regard, in that way. So what does it really mean, non-harming? It means the intention to cause minimal suffering, minimal harm to others. That's what it means. Say, for example, if I have a choice, that is one of the practical applications of Ahimsa in the lifestyle of yoga. If I have a choice to maintain my body healthily by eating fruits, vegetables, nuts, legumes, and I can live healthily without having to take the life of more sentient, developed creatures who feel the pain of slaughter, then the yoga practice advises to do that, to cause the least amount of suffering. That is the idea. And it does not mean that I do not defend myself or others. If I'm walking along the park and I see an old woman or an old man being assaulted by people and they want to do harm to these old people, then I would certainly go there and strike a blow on the attackers in order to stop them from assaulting the innocent people. You're laughing, eh? Visualizing Dada going and trying to strike a blow. in principle and in practice too. I mean, ahimsa does not mean that one does not use force. The use of force is a natural part of life, but to use the force for good, for the protection of one's life or the life of others, or against the harming actions of others or against injustice, that use of force is not against the spirit of non-harming, of ahimsa. So when one feels that I will not harm anyone consciously, I will act in such a way that it will not harm others. When one has that feeling in one's mind, in one's heart, that brings inner peace. That brings an inner harmony. Not only that, it gives a feeling of kinship, of friendship, of connectedness with all other creatures. Just this feeling that I know that I mean no harm to others and that I will do no harm to others consciously helps me to connect with others, and others also feel more at ease with someone whom they know that that person will not harm me. Isn't it so essential in our individual life, in our personal relationships, in our families? We feel secure, we feel safe if we know that all the members of that group, of my family, of my community, of my group, they all are committed to the practice of non-harming. It is the foundation of social harmony. It is the foundation of peace. When groups, when nations show an example of non-harming, then other nations can trust them, feel comfortable, feel friendly towards them, and they can give an example.